Hello. The video you're about to watch is from a stream where I play the game for the first time. I'm Kimmy Amber, and this is Hey Mom, Play This. So the game today, actually A Mystery in History was the title that I was giving to a different game, but it works for this one. I don't know, I mixed up my games when I was loading. This is called Lamplight City, and read me on Lamplight City. The thriving port of New Britain, I think it's Britain, is a beacon of progress and industrial advancement in the New World. Yet beneath the promises of a shining 19th century future, the city rests upon foundations of poverty, class struggle, and crime. For police detective turned private investigator Miles Fordham, Lamplight City's shadowy corners are just part of the territory. But with his former partner constantly speaking to him from beyond the grave, his grip on sanity is slowly loosening. Can Miles find justice for his clients and track down his partner's killer before his entire world falls apart? And every time I minimize this, it mutes in the background. So if I have to, that's what's going on. The only thing I've come in here to do is settings, because the music was ridiculously loud. I don't know about the voice volume and the overall sound volume, so I'm going to hush it so you can hear music and tell me if it's good or I need to tweak it. Seems all right? Okay. Well, then let's find out about Lamplight City. Kind of a cute vibe for 19th century. Rough night? Wake up, sunshine. Bill, wake up. The carriage is on fire. Oh, it's a choose.
Wake up, sunshine.
It's a choose
I told
game.
you not to call me that.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry
Yeah?
I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Hell, maybe Adelaide can even
It's
join
in
us.
stereo?
It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
I mean, it is for
I'm afraid
me.
she mostly sticks to tea these days.
Miles,
Is she
what
pregnant?
exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't. Why do you think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
It's mean.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I bet
guy's
the
a
devil
lush.
my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager. Ah, we've arrived. After you, Bill.
The carriage looks more like a train cart. A train car. A train... What do they call it? Berth? Berth usually means bed, though, so... Train cabin? Just doesn't... It looks too big and weird, blocky, to be
Thank
a
you. Keep the change.
carriage. Thank you, Governor.
And so, our night of excitement begins.
Hanbrook
You more than
Flower
anyone else
Shop.
should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Left click to interact with objects. The mouse cursor is context sensitive. I figured that out already. All right, let's go in the door.
Come on, Bill.
I like point and clicks. I like mysteries.
Charming little place, isn't it?
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
Be right there.
Ding.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as
The
customers
guy knows
tonight,
what
ma'am.
peonies
I'd
are.
like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm
Junior,
Detective
place,
Miles
dude.
Fordham, and this is my partner William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
Before?
It was made
It's happened
anonymously.
before?
But are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, Detective.
I'll reserve judgment. The dialogue is a little hokey. But, okay. Maybe they're trying to be a little more proper, as you would have found in some areas in the early 1900s, or 19th century, 1800s? Wow.
Could you give me
Burglaries.
the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen.
They do
And 2
blink.
weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies.
Well, then it
Last
wasn't a
Friday,
robbery, was it?
It happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
Are there any suspicious people? I'm wondering if I have an option to come back to some of these others. Maybe because herself is there. Let's
Have
ask
you been
her
in
about
business
herself.
long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and
There's your
neither
answer,
of them
Amherst.
have been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close
You can
up
still
the
close
shop.
it up.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
I guess she's really not all that terribly concerned about this, because she's being
You mentioned your assistant has the other
Kind of
shop key. What can
annoying.
you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
she's snotty. I don't like her. But why are the flowers coming in at night? It prevents them from being processed properly. And they're going to be a little more wilted tomorrow, then that's strange. Suspicious
Have you noticed
people.
any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those
She
quite clear,
doesn't trust
Detective.
police.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Well, that's right, because these guys aren't police. Oh, wait. He was a policeman, and this is his buddy. His partner, which I'm assuming is
Got a
going to
minute,
die
Bill?
soon.
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so fantastic. Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out. Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
You couldn't smell that?
What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Hanbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my
Chumley.
mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once this case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or 4.
Hair of the dog?
Or
Better
4?
medicine.
I've heard of honor among thieves. Have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be
Meh.
any number of reasons.
Could
The
be.
best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
All right. So, because I had to restart OBS, restarting the stream, I didn't have to restart OBS, but I did have to restart the stream. It wants me to run ads. So usually I run them at the beginning and we have a whole hour. I don't have that option right now. We have a minute before ads. So I run 3 minutes every hour to keep pre-rolls off. That way our friends can come into the house without having to wait. And of course, ads support the stream. So I will see you back here in about 3 minutes. Welcome back. This actually is in full screen mode. I don't know why it keeps minimizing when I go away from it. I double checked. All right, we already talked to him about himself.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
That's a certainty.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go near the flower shops in Lyon.
All right, let's go invade her space.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Yeah, but look at that window.
A rather distinguished-looking gentleman.
Reminds me of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
A young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hanbrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
There's a fire escape by the
The
window.
window latch. Securely locked.
I right-clicked and we ended up in our notebook. So that's Find and wait for Trevor Hastings and speak to him. Okay, so that's what we've got. How do I... Oh, I exit with the exit button. That's how I...
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Hanbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. I
She doesn't
don't think
grow
this
the
window
flowers
would
here.
serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
He really loves his hometown.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication. A pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
I've never much understood art, but it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer and growth tonics.
Growth tonics, eh?
That's why I don't
Plant
do
growth
taxes
tonics,
anymore.
Bill.
Of course. I knew that.
Did we look at this flower display?
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there. Plants hanging on hooks. A nice space
I was trying to look at the
I'd
window.
probably bang my head against them constantly if I had them in my apartment.
All right, let's talk to her again.
I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
Okay, I didn't see a... How am I supposed to wait for him? Wait for him and speak to him. And there was no... Did I miss something? There was no point of entry. Possible on the fire escape. I wonder if I can go outside and get to the fire escape. Let's try that.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was going to check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Clues can be
Fair
garbage
point.
too. All right, can we go that way?
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Certainly looks cozy in there.
Plants have a nice way of doing that.
Okay, I'm...
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
Okay, so I missed something upstairs. I must have. And that's going to trigger Trevor coming back. We looked at the crates. We looked at the window. We looked at that device. We looked at the shelf. Pictures. So what did I miss here?
The window latch. Securely locked. Interesting. There's a gap between the
Okay.
window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room. I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
I could
It's time for
open
an
the
experiment.
latch.
I'm
Yeah.
going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Okay. But where am I going to find it? Go down her and ask her? Oh. By the way, I forgot to do this because you're not on my list yet, Jinx. You are now, though. Hotspot icons will change when new interactions are available.
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Hambrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
You're stuck here, lady. You're stuck here all night until I am done with you.
Mrs. Hambrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
It's a distinct possibility, but I have yet to figure out exactly how.
Well, I trust you'll come to a satisfactory conclusion, Detective.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
But...
Aha! This hook is
Okay.
exactly what I need. Mrs. Hambrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our
It's
investigation.
crucial.
Is that so?
Yes. I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Okay, I
Please
want
do,
to...
Detective.
That hook is sturdy enough to hold that plant up in a pot. I don't think it's thin enough to go through a crack in the window. A little bit.
Good. Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop.